WSMV4 News Midday starts now with this breaking news alert.
And we are following breaking news here at Midday. There have been 3 separate threats at schools across the mid-state. Thanks for being with us. I'm Carly Gordon.
And I'm Alexandra Adams. Yeah, the latest in Wilson County, where all of Watertown schools are shut down right now. They're on lockdown. We're working to learn more information on what exactly is happening there.
Greenbrier School was also put on a soft lockdown because of a suicide threat. Now that lockdown has since been lifted. Police say they believe it was a hoax. We're told the threat did not result in any school disruptions.
And police are also investigating a threat at Gower Elementary School. Police are telling us they are checking the school, and so far they have found nothing out of the ordinary. Now we're going to follow all 3 of these threats closely, and we'll bring you updates as we get them.
We are following more breaking news, this time in West Nashville, where a townhome was seriously damaged in a fire. This happened along Lenox Avenue at around 8:30 this morning. The fire started in the garage and quickly spread to the second level of the home, which is used as a short-term rental. There were 2 cars in that garage at the time of the fire. Crews were able to get the flames under control quickly. No one was hurt. An investigation into the cause is now underway.
The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is now mourning the loss of former director Mark Gwynn. He died at his Nashville area home from what appears to be natural causes. Gwynn, a graduate of Middle Tennessee State University, began his career in law enforcement as a police officer in his hometown of McMinnville back in 1985. Now, in June of 2004, Governor Phil Bredesen appointed Gwynn to serve as the TBI director, making him the very first African-American to hold that role until he retired back in 2018. He was 61 years old.
We are now in the midst of a warm-up, and by the end of the day, we will be back in the upper 80s.
I know, we really enjoyed this nice touch of fall that we had, but things are changing on us, Dan.
They are already changing. A little mugginess is coming back in. Temperatures a little milder this morning than yesterday morning, but we still have the sun for now. A few clouds developing in parts of the mid-state. Right now in the high 70s in Nashville, in less of that we had the last couple of days too. 80 right now, Savannah, 80 in Lewisburg, but notice across the north, lower to middle 70s. So we're still holding on to that more comfortable air. And again, with more mugginess coming back, dew points are climbing back into the 50s and low 60s. So there's more moisture for the atmosphere to work with and make fair weather clouds. There could be a sprinkle for some of you today. Rain chance 10%. And again, we have some of these little puffy clouds developing around Nashville right now. Today's forecast getting to 87 at 4. Notice most of the afternoon in the middle 80s, cooling to 82 tonight. Northeast wind 5 to 10. If you want to play a little golf on your Friday morning or go for a walk with some friends, just spend some time outdoors, it will be milder and more muggy. We'll talk more about the building heat in about 10 minutes.
All right, see you then. Parents in Clarksville are concerned because their kids are getting to school late. In some cases, they are missing full class periods. We are now hearing from the district. Our Joylyn Bukovac is looking into this issue. School leaders are saying a bus driver shortage is to blame.
To make sure all Montgomery County students have a ride to school, bus drivers are having to run double routes. The Clarksville-Montgomery County school system says that staffing is improving, though. However, they are still short by about 60 drivers, especially with student enrollment growing by 15% in 5 years. The district is actively working to recruit more drivers right now, with starting pay at about $21 an hour. They're also offering incentives like sign-on bonuses and paid training. We are told the bus delays are having to do with the bus driver shortage. It's not a problem with funding or the school buses as a whole. Joylyn Bukovac, WSMV4.
Well, Williamson County Schools needs bus drivers as well, mainly substitutes. They're looking for crossing guards. They also have some part-time positions open for several schools. You do have to be 21 years or older. The pay is $22 an hour.
Wilson County Schools have 2 new team members who will work to keep your kids safe. Take a look. This is brother and sister Zena and Xander. They're part of a new program the district adopted called Paws on Patrol. So the pups will be with SROs, and along with keeping your kids safe, the dogs provide comfort to students.
And new today, Metro Nashville police say that violent crime is down here in Nashville. This year, homicides are down 13%. Car thefts are also down. And there's been a new effort to crack down on car thefts and break-ins. More than 700 arrests have already happened, including recoveries of more than 370 stolen vehicles.
The Tennessee Three will speak tonight at the Democratic National Convention. Representatives Gloria Johnson, Justin Jones and Justin Pearson got the name the Tennessee Three after protesting on the House floor following the Covenant School shooting. Jones and Pearson were expelled from the House, but eventually they were reinstated. Johnson avoided expulsion by 1 vote. Tonight at 10, we will have a recap of what they had to say to their party members.
Your time is now 11:05, and if it seems like more and more speed cushions are popping up daily all around Music City, it's because they are. This is a part of the Nashville Department of Transportation's effort to reduce speed on certain stretches of road. Our Jordan James now sharing how effective those new installations have been.
In short, NDOT believes that speed cushions like the ones over my shoulder have been effective. Meanwhile, there's a divide in the community about if it's the best solution. Our investigative team recently uncovered that over the last 5 years, NDOT has completed more than 100 of these projects. The latest data from them shows they have been effective in reducing speeds, whether it's using speed cushions or radar signs. The transportation agency says that speeds have decreased between 20 to 30%. Despite those findings, not everyone is on board with this initiative.
The normal route to go to Waffle House and Cracker Barrel, you have to take different streets instead of just taking the annex. And it's just, now I got to actually go the speed limit.
Oh, I like them. It makes people that are having to get out of these drives that have to back out or pull out, the traffic's not going by near as fast. It makes it easier to get out of your drive.
Now, NDOT tells us the only way they'll remove a speed cushion is if it attributes to an increase in crashes, which they say has not happened. For now, reporting here in Nashville, Jordan James, WSMV4.
There is a new speed limit on Bell Road in the Nashboro Village area. So you're about to see these signs right here. They're up from Smith Springs Road to Couchville Pike, and you can see it now says 40 miles per hour. It used to be 50. The goal is to reduce the number of crashes and also to improve safety.
And some of Nashville's most dangerous streets are getting safety upgrades right now, and the Nashville Department of Transportation wants you to see what they're going to look like. Now, this is the stretch along Gallatin Pike and Main Street that they're working on currently. NDOT just wrapped up the project designs. They're having meetings come September 4th and the 5th. The public, of course, welcome to attend these. The goal of the project is to make the streets safer for both drivers and pedestrians while also adding transit options.
New today, police have arrested a man for crashing into the Red Bicycle Cafe on Nolensville Pike. This happened earlier this month. Police say Thomas Membrano Rodriguez backed into the store, took $200 from the register, and then took off. The crash also caused $5,000 in damage. Now, if the name sounds familiar, it's because he was also arrested last week, and police say Membrano Rodriguez admitted to being responsible for 6 burglaries this summer in Nashville, 1 in Lebanon, and another in Nolensville.
Also right now, more than 40 cats have been rescued from a hoarding situation in West Tennessee. Take a look at this. Animal Rescue Corps saying that they were called out to this situation in Gibson County by law enforcement. Many cats have signs of chronic neglect. The house they were in had no electricity, dirty, of course, full of cockroaches and spiders, we're told. Rescuers saying that the cats were in distress when they found them, some hiding behind the walls just like this.
Nashville Humane reopened today. They shut down earlier this week to clean up because the shelter staff and some animals got sick. This weekend, they are hosting a low-cost clinic so you can get vaccines for your dogs and cats. At the Movement Lounge on Lebanon Pike, you can also get them microchipped. That's Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m.
Well, next, an ongoing Canadian railroad strike could have serious implications for the U.S. economy, while the very latest in just minutes.